Okay, welcome back. This video is directed to the quartermaster officer of one of the Seaforth Cadet Corps. We've got some of their kilts to restore, so I wanted to do an overview of this particular kilt because I want to see if they're going to consider this money well spent, because this is going to be a rather more involved restoration than some of the previous ones. We can see this is a Seaforth kilt number 2. It's had rather a hard life. I really think somebody sent it through the washing machine. Some unknowing parent put one of these things through the washing machines, or through the washing machine, because the pleats are just spilled like that. And we have a hole at the side of one of at the front apron, which had been reinforced with a piece of sticky, it had been glued, a piece of cloth which has been glued in. We have erosion at the end of the apron here where the cloth is paper thin. You can see my finger, I can practically put my finger through right there. And they had in an excess of enthusiasm over ability, they'd come up with the most extraordinary couple of kilt buckles and straps I've ever seen. And the things were way the heck back here, so somebody was even tinier than this kilt was made for. And once again, we have some criminal who has cut out from the inner apron to provide a tartan patch for their khaki bonnet. I really wish you'd stop doing that. So what's going to be required here, first off, is to restore the pleats. And for that, this is several hours work. This is a full day's work here, which puts it up around a couple of $100 right there, to restore these pleats. Next, we will have to deal with that erosion, or the erosion on both sides. And was that caused by a rough sporn strap? I don't know. But possibly because the strap was there, I don't know. But the way to deal with this is to reduce the width of the apron, as you can see, so that the damage is tucked out of sight. We won't be able to put a buttonhole here because in keeping with most army kilts, the seam allowance is practically non-existent. There's just no material there to put in the buttonhole. So this could either be the older style of kilt, which is only held on with 2 straps and buckles on the right hip, or we can do what I've done with the 4 and 5 yard kilts that I've been making, is we have 1 strap and buckle on the right hip, and then on the left hip we reverse the location of the strap and buckle. So instead of a buttonhole with a buckle here, we have the buckle on the inner apron and the strap there. It's a bit unconventional, but it works. And it works well, and primarily because it's the fit of the kilt and the comfort of the kilt is so much better if all of the tension, or 90% of the tension, is being taken by the inner apron. So yeah, restore at least a day's work, a full day, 8-hour day, restoring these pleats and pressing it, replacing the inner canvas, replacing the steeking, patching that hole, reducing the size of the front apron, new straps and buckles, new top bands. So you tell us, is this kilt worth the $400 to $500 that it's going to take to restore that? So give it a thought, let us know, and we'll carry on. Otherwise, you've got an awful lot of good tartan patches here.